What is going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm not my usual highly energetic self. I'm trying. I'm working off for 2 hours of sleep, and I'm going to give you what I got today. And happy Monday to you all, by the way. In this video, I'm about to show you, I warn you guys sometimes about letting the media trigger you, and some of the subliminal messages that they try to come across, bring across to you, and how they blow things out of proportion. But when you don't look through rose-colored glasses, you see them for what they are. I want to talk to you about this man right here. This old guy, he's a war veteran, so on and so forth. And shout out to the war vets. This guy's name is Stuart Leonard, and he's in St. Louis, Missouri, or somewhere about that area. This guy has signs in his yard that some would deem racist, distasteful, and outright offensive. I want you to pay attention to this story and see if you saw what I saw. And a lot of us, especially black folk, need to stop letting people trigger you over something that is nothing. Take a look.
Offensive signs lining a Metro East man's yard, from Hitler references to black people on plantations and insults to politicians. Only on 4 tonight, the homeowner is defending his First Amendment rights. That home sits near South 29th Street and West Main Street. First Alert 4's Deon Broxton talked to people on both sides of this, and a story you're only seeing tonight here on 4.
Claire Howell is in her comfort zone when working as a nail technician, but she's uncomfortable driving past this house in her neighborhood every day.
I've been wanting to do some sort of action for that for a very long time.
Howell says this home at the corner of South 29th and Godfrey in Belleville has been littered with these signs since she was a kid. Hitler is back. Liberals, the new Nazis. Black people, you can leave the plantation.
It's nothing personal to any one person.
The owner of this house says that these signs are meant to address the poor job he thinks Democrats are doing in this country.
They know this is First Amendment rights.
81-year-old Stuart Leonard says the Hitler and Nazi signs are for pro-Palestinian protests on college campuses. He added, the plantation signs refer to black people who only vote Democrat and not Republican.
My big mouth gets the best of me.
Leonard has been the focus of controversy before. Authorities charged him twice in recent years for making threats about blowing up places in Belleville.
Anybody with a lick of sense should have known that I was just joking.
But Leonard isn't joking when he says he's not taking down his signs.
I ain't hiding from anybody.
I have never tried to speak to him.
So you would invite this guy to have a conversation with you all?
I would have a conversation with him.
Howell plans to march with others next month to protest these signs, with the hopes Leonard takes them down. In Belleville, Deon Broxton, First Alert 4.
All right, guys, that's the story of 82-year-old or 81-year-old Stuart Leonard. And I'm going to say this, and some people will disagree and some people will agree. And I want to hear from you guys in the comments. You know what I mean? I want your honest opinion. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. First thing, I see a lot wrong with this whole thing. First thing being this should have never made news. That man is putting his political beliefs out there in sign form on his property. Now, this is no different than somebody putting a Confederate flag on their property or a Black Lives Matter flag or anything else. And that's just my opinion. I don't get caught up. My mind is not simplistic to where I just get caught up in stuff like this and let it trigger me. This right here should have not made news, y'all. Seriously, how many agree or disagree? This shouldn't have made news. That was a waste of airtime. Another thing is this, I want to speak out. I think his message was magnified. You know, he was coming strictly at Democrats. Now, the reporter said, oh, his message was, he said his message was about black people who vote Democrat and not Republican. with the slavery sign, like, hey, you can get off the plantation. In a way, well, I mean, I understood when he explained that, I understood. He's trying to say, hey, you don't have to vote Democrat just because you're black. That's what he's saying. And that's true. That's true. They tried to make it like, you know, because I call prison the plantation. And in a way, you know, for somebody to tell you because you black, you got to vote this or that. And we've heard that before, y'all. We've heard that before. But I mean, what has ever changed out here for black folk? Exactly. I mean, he's saying some truth, but like if you got to look into the picture besides just the outer appearance of what you've seen in the past that gives a negative connotation to what they try to paint this man to be. This man just speaking his mind. I'm being honest with you. That's how I see it. This shit shouldn't even make news. Another thing is this, like they magnified his message. Check this out. And this is why I say you got to watch out where, like, you know, they try to, you know, black folk are easily triggered a lot of times. And we got to use better judgment when we see things and don't hear them up close. You notice in the video, only keyed on the black person issue. He called Biden a crime family. His whole family. He talked trash about the whole family. Said, God save us. I'm looking at the still shot. God save us from the Biden crime family and Washington criminals. And then it says up here, Democrats are racist, KKK, slaves. And then over here it says, God help America. Hitler is back. And then he has a Trump 2024 sign that set people off. And it said, God help us, we need President Trump more than ever. Some people saying that. To save us from the cowardly, criminal, liberal Democrats. This guy is one of them, he's no more than a political fanatic. One of them people that's political. Now you seen this guy got in trouble. Threatening to bomb places. The man 82 years old, 81 years old, all he got is his mouth. And he said that, hey, people, you know, I was only playing. This guy wants to be heard. They only keyed on black folk. Now, the lady Claire Howe was the one who called the cops or called the media. In my opinion, I think she could have avoided all of this by staying in this man by asking questions. They asked her, did you ever talk to him? No. Then she said, oh, I'll talk to him because she was already triggered. You could see it like, oh, I'll have a conversation with him. That shouldn't fire you up. None of this should fire you up. In my opinion, it shouldn't fire you up. Now, you know, he got a Confederate flag up there. That made some people mad. He used the word Jews. They never mentioned that. You peep that? They only keyed on the black part to really make this story look like it's something. In the media, they never say nothing that keys on the Jewish part up there. He got swastikas and everything. That right there is what? For Jewish people, that's like a bad sign. The swastika with the Holocaust and stuff. You agree or disagree? They didn't interview no Jewish people about that. But they came with the black girl. Oh, did you talk to him? And then they sent a black guy to interview him. Y'all peep that? He had all those signs around his yard. You will get shot. You will get this. This man watches the news all the time. And he gets his own perception of reality from just watching the news and not being out because he's old. This is typical stuff older people do. They watch the news and they get an idea of what's going on in the world and they come up with their own ideas and then it just comes out as, boom, this is what's happening. That black people, you can need a plantation sign, you know what I'm saying, doesn't offend me. He used a plantation and black people, but he was just trying to say the mind control, all this other stuff from a Democratic Party, meaning you don't have to just be Democrat because you black. What else? Sign's been there forever. She's passed him. She's seen him but never said nothing to him. Come on, sis. Before you had called the media, you could have had a conversation with him. Now, if he soured you with the conversation, then you could have went to the media like, okay, now I know for a fact This stuff is up here for a reason that's offensive to me as a black person, because with your attitude, you're letting me know that this is deliberate and it's not more, it's more than just political. See what I'm saying? I think he was telling the message. He don't like Democrats. And he's very into his political views. And, you know, some people pick a side, Democrat, Republican. He just put a spin on his. That's all I'm saying about it. I mean, I'm not going to shit on this 82-year-old man because he got political signs up here that if other people ain't getting offended, why should we? I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I think this could have been handled a different way with understanding. And that's the thing out here. A lot of us make assumptions about other races and stuff, but we don't really talk to people that we feel as though we offend them or where they're coming from when they make loud statements like this and it turns into something else. But you got to remember, the main tool of the devil is confusion. You know, don't let people trigger you and push you in a certain way until you find out for yourself. Don't just believe something. You know, go out there and do your own research sometime, and you might be surprised what a subliminal message really is, rather than what you see in front of your face. See you in the next video. Take care.